Well folks, welcome to Picking Antiques. Today we've got a few cameras to show you. This is an old ensign, and this is the precursor to a lot of Lubitel front viewfinder cameras, double edge viewfinder cameras that you find. And one thing you may not realise, that even during the Soviet era of production of this type of camera, the double lens Lubitels and cameras like that were actually astonishing quality in the way that they took photos, and it's partly to do with the way the cameras are constructed. But this kind of camera can take a very, very nice photo. I think there might be a little piece missing off this one just here. Everything else seems to work on it. Shutter seems to work and so on. If there's a part missing, it tends to affect the value. Now you get into this camera by opening this side here, and I'm not going to do that on camera because it's too awkward. Well, that's a nice old little ensign, not of huge value, but is certainly of interest. So another camera that we have acquired is this GB Kershaw. The cameras with little bellows on the front seem to be really popular. I'm not really sure why that is. We've had to repair the case in this one because it was practically falling apart, and cases are kind of handy to stop the cameras getting damaged in transit and what have you. So here we have a nice little GB Kershaw. We'll just take it out of the case to show you. It'll be a bit easier to handle. So you can see here, protective cover. Cameras in those days still had a little bellows. Push a little button, it flips open, and it's still in very, very nice condition inside. Absolutely superb, in fact. Very, very impressed with that. Considering that was just at an antiques fair, you know, it's not really too bad. Everything seems to be there on it as well, which is another bonus. So to release this kind of camera, you generally depress that, and sometimes there's a little catch on some of them. And in the back here, the backs do come off, and they generally take a 120 roll film, which you will struggle to find these days, and you'll struggle to be able to process it too. Okay, lastly we have this other little ensign camera. It's got a nice working shutter, and this again is a bellows type camera, which seems to be quite popular with customers. I think it's because it has a stereotypic look to it, so they can put it in their man cave or their photography displays or what have you, and instantly people can go, oh yeah, that's a camera. Now this one is in particularly good condition inside. It must have been considerably more expensive than the other ensign that I showed you. It clicks open. I'm not sure how you release it, but and that is absolutely beautiful, and everything seems to be there on it as well, which is really good. All the adjustments seem to work, and that's a fantastic old camera. The thing to check with many of these cameras is that the bellows don't have any breaks, which allows light onto the film, which is not a good idea. And again, this is a 120 roll film camera, which would have been the standard format in those days. Another thing that we acquired recently on a car boot was these. These are also a popular item, and these are dollond binoculars, and they formed a company called Dollond and Hutchison, and Dollond were well-known opticians from London. They were taken over by Boots the chemist eventually, who also make binoculars, by the way. Maybe not as good as these, mind you. And these are prismatic binoculars, which makes them shorter than the old-fashioned binoculars, which used to be quite long. They are a superb little pair of binoculars, and they're in full working order, and I am actually tempted to keep these. Thanks for watching this version of Picking Antiques. Thanks so much for watching, folks. Bye.